What's going on, guys? It is Randy with the All Things Mets channel, where you get your latest Mets media, and today's video is going to be about pitching for the New York Mets in free agency and who should they possibly be interested or look into. And definitely we're going to talk about Corbin Burnes and Walker Buehler, but definitely do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. So Corbin Burnes, let's get into Corbin Burnes. He's 30 years old. He was with the Baltimore Orioles on a trade, and he went 15-9 with a 2.92 ERA, so a very impressive ERA for Corbin Burnes. Maybe not his best year altogether, but definitely had a pretty good year and definitely a really solidified starter he has become. So 15-9, he's a Cy Young winner. He's an all-star, four-time all-star. Corbin Burnes is very, very impressive. He actually won the ERA title as well. Corbin Burnes is a pitcher that has, really good stuff, and he's 30 years old. So there's a reason the Mets should be interested in this guy. And yeah, they need pitching. The Mets need pitching. And you got to get some pitcher. You got to get some type of big time pitcher, whether it is Corbin Burnes, whether it is Walker Buehler, a Blake Snell. Someone has to sign and make a big time addition to the rotation, because the New York Mets want to win now, and they're going to do everything that they can to win. And obviously that starts with Soto, but we're talking pitching in this video. So Walker Buehler, let's talk about Walker Buehler a little bit. He was recovering from Tommy John surgery, but he also had a hip injury that kept him for 2 months. So he basically only pitched 16 games. And you look at the difference between Corbin Burnes, he pitched 32 games. Walker Buehler had an injury, like I said, was recovering from a Tommy John surgery. So we got to look at that when it comes to signing a big-time contract for the New York Mets. And the New York Mets need pitching desperately. Desperately, they need pitching. Yes, you got prospects like Brandon Sproat, Blade Tidwell, all the, some guys. But you don't know what those guys are going to become. So you, as a GM for the New York Mets, or the Mets in general, they have to look into these guys. They have to be interested at least in these guys. And Corbin Burnes, man, that he would look really good. Imagine a Corbin Burnes, a Kodai Senga, a David Peterson, Jose Butto rotation. I don't think that's that bad. I really don't, man. Maybe they could sign someone else, but at the end of the day, Corbin Burnes would be a big addition to the rotation. So if there was someone to go after, either a Corbin Burnes or Walker Buehler, history-wise, injury-wise, you should go after Corbin Burnes just because his health. But definitely Walker Buehler, he is an all-star as well. He's a 2-time World Series champion. So you got to give props to Walker Buehler. You saw what he did in the postseason. He pitched out of his mind. So that's to be respected as well. Yes, he did. He went 1-6 with a 5.38 ERA in 16 games, but he was recovering from injuries. So it's hard to really look at and evaluate that season. But when it comes to the New York Mets, the Mets have to sign one of these guys, at least a big-time starter, to help Kodai Senga, to help David Peterson, Jose Butto in the rotation. And I think that they should go after Corbin Burnes. If you get Juan Soto on the offensive side, pitching you got to look into. And maybe you can't get Corbin Burnes, but why not? Because Steve Cohen has the money. Steve Cohen has the money. But it's going to be hard to sign a guy like Corbin Burnes because he's going to want a long-term contract. These guys are 30 years old. Possibly Corbin Burnes is going to want a five-year contract. And Walker Buehler possibly is going to want a 4-year contract. Of course, he wants a 5-year contract, but is he going to get it? Now, that's something that you got to look at when you look into these contracts, when you look into these, into these starters, because health is very important. Being durable is important. Being reliable is important. So should the New York Mets go after Corbin Burnes? Should the New York Mets go after, Walker Buehler or a Blake Snell or other starters? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys are feeling. Who do you want the New York Mets to make that big splash starting pitcher-wise, whether it is a Corbin Burnes, a Blake Snell? I know a lot of people are not fond of Blake Snell, but I think the Mets got to make a splash somehow, whether it is Corbin Burnes, Walker Buehler, or someone else. Or maybe a Sasaki. Who knows? But I think at the end of the day, they got to make a splash. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think that the Mets should go after? That's going to be the video. If you enjoyed, definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Randy with the All Things Mets channel, where you get your latest Mets media. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I love GM for life, always. Have a good one.